Hey, this is Alvin,
This is Parapants.
and we watched what we thought was the last episodes of Sakamoto Desu Ga, 11 and 12, but turns out that because of some earthquake coverage, I guess they got bumped one slot, so there's a 13th episode that will come out in October.
I have to say, it seems really weird because it seems like the 12th episode we saw seemed like the last episode.
I think maybe they're like, look, we have to make this look like a finale because because the 13th episode is coming in a Blu-ray bundle, so I don't think the 13th episode will be broadcast.
Wait, okay, so you think the 13th episode is more of an epilogue sort of deal?
I don't know what to expect, given that ending. I feel like, we'll jump into the 11th and 12th stuff, but I feel like the way they ended it, like they kind of changed things to make it end on the 12th instead of the 13th, because there were some things thrown in there that really weren't. What do you call it when you kind of it kind of just felt like it was tossed in there. I don't know, but anyway, all right. 11. I don't need warmth was the name. The snowball fight.
Yeah, poor Atsushi. He is face to face with his insecurities concerning Sakamoto. He wants the guy to. He's got like this weird man crush on him.
It's not a man crush.
No, it's a straight up man crush.
Wait, stop. First of all, you're not a man. That's not a man crush.
I've had crushes on men.
It's not a man crush.
Wait. Okay, tell me what the difference is.
I don't know what a man crush is supposed to be because that's gay as hell.
Well, if you don't know what it's supposed to be, then shut up. Apparently,
because what that feeling he had was a real male emotion. I refuse to have you call it a man crush.
So what you're telling me is that you identified with what Atsushi was going through, but you refused to call it a crush.
I recognize it. I don't think I had a point in my life where I felt like I needed to be recognized by one of my peers so badly. Maybe I did. Yeah, there was a time like I was in studying and like there was this one guy who was better at stuff than me, and I would just shit talk him a lot.
That's hot.
That's not that's not hot. See, you're fucking tainting shit again. Yeah, relationships between men don't always end with a dick in a butt. Sometimes there's just like a handshake.
I didn't say that, but he does want to have like sexy pictures of.
Fuck you. All right, take all that. That's part of the downfall of Western fucking civilization. What you're doing. You're taking this. That's like, why don't you take the Iliad or some other classical thing?
You know what? There was a lot of man-on-man action going on in classical Greece, so you can fuck off.
Yeah, in Greece, not in the stories. You don't hear them talking about like putting dicks in butts.
No, but there are amorous sayings that they say about their fellow men.
That's just extrapolation by Fujoshi, who are desperate and really into Greek shit. Look, what's his name? Atsushi?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's just his own inferiority or the way he feels about himself that makes him need to have himself recognized.
Or maybe the way he feels about Sakamoto.
You know what? Listener, if you are listening, I wouldn't blame you if you stop listening right now, because I am disgusted, personally. You take something beautiful and you taint it.
It is beautiful. Look, male bonding is beautiful.
Not when you
male
do that.
Bondage is beautiful.
I'm gonna hope that the listener is more resilient than I would be, and that they will continue to listen. All right, so we've got this snowball fight. For some reason it starts with him staring at this snow rabbit, and it's like, who made this rabbit that so firmly captured my heart? And the guy's like, haha, it's me. It's Atsushi. I guess he's an expert at winter games,
which is kind of ironic, given isn't like Atsu like in Atsuji spelled with the character for heat?
Atsui is hot. I don't know what his kanji character is. I'm not even going to start because somebody who knows way more will be like, that's not it at all, so whatever. But yeah, I know Atsui is hot. Yeah, this plan of his to get in a snowball fight with Sakamoto, it was doomed from the start. I mean,
it wasn't his plan, it was Fukase's plan.
Oh.
And you know what? I remember early on when we were watching this telling you, I wonder who is going to be the antagonist to Sakamoto. Who's going to be the guy that's not going to be charmed by him? And you swore up and down that he was not going to appear and that I was just talking out the side of my mouth, and I was right.
No, what I was saying is you were wrong for wanting that, and that this show didn't need it. Do you really think this show would suffer if Fukase never showed up?
You know what? I don't know what kind of bone in your ass you got against Fukase, but I actually like the dude.
No, I didn't say I hated him, but that's not what this show's about, and we already had this argument. So yeah, you're right.
Wait, hold on. What's the show about then?
It is about Sakamoto inspiring people to be better and to see things differently. I remember saying almost these exact words.
And he did that.
Yeah, he overcomes obstacles, but I'm not saying you had to put an absolutely evil person. And in the end, he even won over Fukase. So I mean,
did he? Did he really?
He did change him, but that's in the next episode. We're jumping ahead. So, like I was going to say, I mean, all right. So I said it was Atsuhi's plan. It wasn't. It was Fukase. All he said was, "You got to take him on one-on-one." I don't know how that was supposed to help, because I don't know. Like he's like, okay, a snowball fight. You can't. What I'm trying to say is, you can't touch Sakamoto if he doesn't want to be touched. That's been proven so many times, and it was just a weird plan. But anyway, we got the whole thing with he gets so cold that his stomach hurts. I spent some time in some very cold places, and my stomach was the least of my concerns. Usually it starts with your fingers and your toes when you get really cold. And yeah.
Wow, this is riveting. Tell us more about what it's like to be cold.
I could go into a tirade about our level of contributions. Look, this is my show. What I'm trying to say is, I just find that very. All right, well, you've never been really cold.
No.
So you wouldn't know that
I've
that
been
was weird.
cold.
Have you been so cold that your stomach hurt?
I've been cold where I couldn't believe how cold it was.
But you've never been like, oh man, I'm so cold, my stomach hurts.
I'm pretty sure I must have been. Okay, one time I was like somewhere where it was like almost like 50 degrees or something.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I've been
really cold.
I've been skiing in 0-degree weather where the wind chill brought it down to -20.
See, I don't believe people when they say it gets that cold.
It does. It's 0 fucking degrees.
That's like an impossible number. That's like zero heat. It's impossible to have like no heat.
Well, all I'm trying to say is that whole stomach thing kind of. I guess it was like maybe they started with the heat pad resolution and worked their way backwards. I don't know. But yeah, fucking Achan. I call him Achan because that's what I saw. But
Because it's easier to say.
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get over in Sakamoto, and of course you're not. And then but he doesn't get won over. He doesn't get the heat pad, and like a normal character would be like, oh, this makes me see life differently. Oh, thank you, Sakamoto. I love you so much.
See, in my mind, Atsushi, he's deeply in love with.
Nope. So what happens next is Fukase is like there's this whole narrative of how like if you don't have something, then Fukase will get you.
Yeah, what was that something? I don't get it. What was it that those guys had to have?
I don't know. I guess you just had something. A gimmick or something. Like that fat guy was fat.
Oh, in Atsushi's case, he didn't have Sakamoto's.
No, shut the fuck up. There's no fucking butt sex in this fucking show. Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm censoring your. I'm gonna let you talk right now. So use this opportunity to say something valuable.
Anyway, about sweet, delicious man-on-man love.
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm gonna let you dig that hole.
No, it's not. Oh, speaking of holes.
All right, I'm taking this back. Fucking. All right, so see, I'm totally fucking. All right, so yeah. I think my problem is my problem. I don't have a problem with this show, but it just I couldn't put my hands around the danger that Fukase posed. Other than the physical danger, I understood that he was older and didn't give a fuck and would fuck you up, and like he was a senior, so Japanese people defer to their seniors. So I mean, if he told them to do something, they'd probably fuck themselves up if he told them to do it. But the psychological thing. I mean, I get that he. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
That's because you're too busy over there trying to make butt sex jokes. You know what?
I do ship Sakamoto and Atsushi.
That's fucking gross. What I'm trying to say
They're
is,
my head ship.
all right, you're over there. I mean, Fukase will just roll up on a kid, and he'll just say like, "Hey, you should go fuck with Sakamoto," and then that kid's like, "Oh, okay, if you say so." But it's like some kind of weird hypnosis, and but
Look. There's a lot of weird supernatural going
It's
on
not
in this. It is. It is.
Hayabusa says if you don't have something to hold on to, or he'll take it away from you. I'm sorry. Now people are probably gonna get mad at me because they're like, "Why didn't you pay attention?" But you know what I mean. I don't know what he takes away from people.
He takes away their sense of he takes away their confidence. He makes them feel lowly about themselves and get them to do stupid things.
I know that's what he does, but it didn't seem like that's what they were going for. That seems a little simpler than. But anyway.
No, that's exactly what happened. Look,
another thing is he wants to make you disappear. Like he'll pick the most popular student and make it like they never existed. But I wanted them to provide an example, but I guess if that kid never existed, then they couldn't. But I don't know. They want him to be evil, but it was just. Look at you. You're sitting there thinking about butt sex. You're ignoring me.
No, I'm thinking about how you won't let me talk. You snatch the macro.
The Mac.
You the mic away from me, and like every time I want to make a point, you're like, no.
The last time I gave you the mic, you started talking about butt sex.
Well, if that's what I want to talk about,
Fine.
that should be
Here,
my
go ahead,
prerogative.
go ahead. I'm going to let you go on the butt sex train.
Well, I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Oh, okay. So,
I had a point, and now I lost it because you snatched away the mic.
did it have anything to do with shafts and balls? And
I told you I didn't want to
asses?
talk about that anymore.
All right, we were talking about Fukase, talking about Atchan, talking about how he goads people in and stuff.
Well, you have to understand more about the character Fukase before you answer those questions, I think.
Do you understand more about Fukase?
Look, how I rationalize Fukase in my head, it makes sense why he does the things he does and why the way things happen the way they do. But you don't like how I rationalize it. You keep saying no, and you look for something that's more concrete, and I'm saying that concrete thing just isn't there.
Why don't you run it by me again?
Okay. I'm saying that there is like some weird supernatural force going on. All right? Like, and when I mean supernatural, I don't mean out and out. It's metaphoric.
It's either supernatural or it's a metaphor. It can't be both.
I don't know, supernatural metaphors. Okay, it's a metaphor. Like, Fukase is more of like the spirit of just bitter high school students that go out into the real world, and the real world just doesn't, and like they peak too early. They peak in high school. They go out there in the real world and think that they're going to conquer it, they're going to live out their hopes and dreams, and then they just get crushed. They get their dreams crushed. And I think, like, in my head, Fukase is a metaphor of that spirit, of those kids that graduate and there's nothing for them out there. Life isn't like what they anticipated it to be, and it just turned into bitterness. And he's the incarnation of that.
I do agree that his character represents a manifestation of the bitterness that comes when you leave school and become an adult and realize that your dreams probably don't matter.
Like, and this is what I say supports that. Okay, for one thing, like he's like Sakamoto in that you don't know anything truly personal about him, right? Like, there are just all these rumors, and these kids, like, they don't really know, like he disappears and then he comes back. He's almost like a specter, and he only seems to come out during these auspicious moments, like if there's a really popular kid or something, and he's just there to knock them down. So he's not he's not a consistent presence. He just seems to come in these odd moments. So that's one. You don't, and plus you don't know very much about him. So he's kind of like this ghost that's just kind of hanging around, right? And there's this one part in episode 12 where they're graduating. They're having the graduation ceremony, and Fukase is standing. He's the only student that's facing the entire student body. It's as if nobody else sees him. So that has a strong visual to me that he's not really a physical presence.
See, I agree with your assessment, but when you take it to like a literal sense, like he's literally not there, I think you're reading too much into it. I think that's what they put into his character, but in reality he is an old asshole. And he's really there. That's what I think. I'm not saying.
Okay,
I'm not saying.
all right. Okay. If he's really there, okay, he could be really there. But if he's really there, it seems that the only people who acknowledge his presence are the delinquents.
Yeah,
None of the
that's true.
teachers say anything about him.
He blocks the teachers from getting on stage to stop what happens in episode 12.
Does he though? Do they even acknowledge him? Do they acknowledge him?
This isn't fucking Fight Club. He's really there.
I mean, do they really say, "Oh, let's"? Okay, first of all, okay, this is a good point. First of all, where the hell does a student has the power to tell teachers that they can't go on stage?
How many anime have we seen where the administration defer to a student who's got a lot of influence?
What influence does Fukase have?
He'll fuck you up.
Like how? Have we ever seen him fuck anybody up?
He fucked up Hayabusa's nose.
Hayabusa is a kid.
He'll fuck anybody up. He doesn't give a shit.
When have you seen him do that to another adult? When?
He blocked those teachers.
No. Okay.
You're saying the teachers didn't go on and he was just there invisible.
Like, I'm saying the teachers, I'm saying you can make the argument that they weren't obeying Hayabusa.
Oh my god.
Like, they weren't obeying somebody who was physically there. There may have been like a sense to stop, but not that they were interacting with actually not Hayabusa, Fukase. So, like, he's one person and he's a student. They could have easily, have like, no, we're going up there and we're stopping this. Like, I don't think he's an actual person. I don't know. It's just like, look, you know what? You're getting on me about my crazy theory.
I didn't say
You don't have to say anything. It's in your damn face. It's in your eyes. It's in the way you, take a
Listener,
side.
please. I want you to play that back. And did you hear me say anything?
No, fuck that. Anyway, like, you getting on my case about these
crazy.
Yes, you are. Shut up. You're getting on my case about my crazy theories, and there are way crazier theories out there about Sakamoto.
Yeah, but I don't acknowledge those either. I mean, I'm not. Look, you can have your theories. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but I can disagree.
You can disagree, yes, but I'm backing up what I'm saying with evidence.
Sure. All right. So episode 11 and 12 are kind of like run together. Episode 11 was the snowball fight where, like we said, Achan, of course he loses to Sakamoto because I don't know what made him think he could even win a snowball fight against Sakamoto. I mean, you can't beat him in a race. You can't outdance him. You can't outsing him. It was just a dumb plan. All right, episode 12, they go through these end-of-year pictures. The chick who stalked him with the camera has all these pictures, and they bring back memories of other cool shit Sakamoto did. And yeah. But then
okay, all right, let's get to the real.
No,
meat
wait. No, we can't get to the real meat because we have the whole. You want to skip over his whole speech where fucking Achan comes on with a bat and beats the fuck out of him?
What are you gonna say about that?
Instead of being impatient, maybe you help me or sit quietly till I'm done.
I'm assuming that the viewer's already seen it.
I'm assuming we have no viewers. But,
That's true.
alright, so yeah, oh yeah, I wrote down that Fukase gave Achan the black pill, and yeah, I mean, is this another case where
What gave Achan the black pill?
you never heard of the black pill?
I've heard of the red pill and the blue pill. There's a black pill now. What's the black pill?
It's utter nihilism, just complete lack of hope.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So,
Hey, is there a white pill?
you could. I've seen white pills. They're like little drops of
Little drops of hope.
kind of, yeah. But yeah. So
What's the pink pill?
I don't know. I don't know if there's. I think
I think that regulates your period.
no. I have heard
Or
of.
is it birth control?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I think if you're red pilled, but not 100% red pilled, there's purple pilled, and I think there might be pink pilled. I don't know.
What's purple pill?
It's like part way between a red pill and a blue pill.
Oh, so you're not entirely convinced yet.
I don't exactly know. I don't know. I'm not an authority on all these pills.
There's way too many pills going on.
But I don't know. Don't you do? You gloss over these monumental things because you want to get to your theories, but I think you should acknowledge the power of that scene and the power of the scene that follows.
What the power of the scene between? Okay, I made a point that you pretty much dismissed.
I didn't dismiss it. I said you can have a point, and I have a right to disagree.
No, I was saying that Fukase was kind of right in what he told Atsushi.
Oh yeah. Well, see, you could have brought that up.
I'm bringing it up now. Suck my balls.
What Parapants is referring to is when Fukase tells Achan that, like, he's like, look, Sakamoto's the moon, and all of you idiots are bugs flying towards it thinking you can reach it, but you'll never reach it. And Parapants is like, oh, that guy's got some good points. That's not, you know what? That's not the point. That's not how you're supposed to think about it. And that's not why Sakamoto does what he does.
No, but I can see the futility in chasing after the moon and what he's saying. I mean, because I think what Atsushi wanted something that was very different from what other people wanted from Sakamoto. Like, other people, like those girls and like the other guys, they're able, or like his friend Kotaba, I think his name, or
The fat kid?
Yeah. They're able to just feel like their best selves around Sakamoto. They're able to feel glad when they see Sakamoto do something crazy, and it makes them happier. They're able to internalize all the fantastic things that Sakamoto does. But Atsushi wanted to be a peer. He really, really desperately wanted to be an equal with Sakamoto.
Yeah.
And that, I guess, that came from his own insecurity.
I think he felt his life had no worth if he couldn't get Sakamoto to acknowledge that he did. I don't think he even wanted to be totally even. I think he just wanted
Sakamoto to notice him.
Yeah. He just wanted Sakamoto to tell him that he was a person worth that was worth, I don't know, acknowledging, living. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, but I think that is being a peer. Someone he wanted Sakamoto to acknowledge him as a true, like, a rival in something.
I don't know, because I think
because he wanted to be the one to be able to teach Sakamoto things.
I think he only wanted to do that once. Like, a real peer is your peer, like, he's on your level the whole time. I think he's like, no, I want to be able to get over on Sakamoto and have him acknowledge that I did it. He's like, I could spend the rest of my life being beneath him, but I need him to acknowledge me once.
Okay, that's not really any different than what I'm saying. I'm not saying
that's not a peer.
No, come on, it is.
I don't disagree, but okay.
Okay, all right. Well, I got a question then.
Hmm.
How come Atsushi needed that level of attention from Sakamoto, but nobody else did?
Well, they didn't really, unless I might have missed it, but if I didn't, I think it's just something they didn't put in because obviously this has something to do with his character. That I don't really think they went into. I mean, he's obviously got. Well, was he the one who jumped in the hole thinking he was going to land in Brazil?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I think you're supposed to extrapolate from his behavior that he had insecurities, but they never came out and actually showed sources for these insecurities. So that would make him, jump in a hole thinking he was going to fly through the center of the earth and just to go get Sakamoto.
See, even then, when he did that, he's like, Sakamoto's leaving us behind. We
Mm.
can't be left behind by Sakamoto. So he thought he was going to dig his way through Brazil and, and at least catch up
Yeah.
to him.
No, no, I think he's. I don't know. I don't think he. And it's weird. It's like without Sakamoto there, like he said, or like he was behaving, like without Sakamoto there, I think he saw things getting very dark for him. So
I think Sakamoto illuminated all his shortcomings. Like,
no, no, because then you'd get like somebody who resented him. I don't.
well, in the end, he was encouraged to resent him.
He was, but I don't think he. I don't think he was a miserable person. I think he was an
No,
okay guy.
towards the end, he got very depressed.
Yeah, but I don't think he had any. I don't think Sakamoto's behavior highlighted any shortcomings.
No, okay,
I think
before
he was just a normal kid.
he was a normal kid, but I think seeing Sakamoto, like it, I think seeing all the things that Sakamoto could do, it made him wanted to. It made him Atsushi aspire to be something better.
I think
And whenever he tried to compete with Sakamoto, he failed.
I think everybody can't help but feel small when faced with Sakamoto, but for some reason, like you said before, it only bothers him. So everyone else is content to be small and look at Sakamoto as an inspiration, but he's like, shit, I'm not shit.
No, but like you said, he didn't become malicious about it or resented him for it. If anything, he kept chasing after his shadow. That's why I called it a man crush.
Mm.
But he kept chasing after Sakamoto, and once realizing that he can never beat him, it was like Vegeta. So, but the thing is, like Vegeta
I'm not.
really resented Goku. Come on, this is the only.
I haven't watched enough Dragon Ball to make proper parallels between Vegeta and Goku. And go ahead, I'll let you do it, but I'm not going to chime in.
Okay, all right. But you knew there was a rivalry there between Goku and Vegeta, right?
I'm aware of a rivalry, yes.
Okay. Vegeta really, really wanted to beat Kakarot. He really wanted to beat him.
Kakarot?
Yeah.
You mean Kakarot?
Kakarot. I don't know. I thought you said you weren't gonna. I thought his name's Kakarot.
I will chime in to correct, punctuation and spelling and
Okay,
pronouncements.
Whatever. He seemed very angry when he couldn't beat Goku, and it took a lot of maturity and a lot of ass beatings on Vegeta's part to realize that he cannot beat Goku. But Atsushi, like he seemed to like really admire Sakamoto, and when he felt like he couldn't meet him at least part way, he became very morose. He became very depressed.
He became very vulnerable, I think.
But he seemed depressed. You said
Yeah.
like, man, this guy's really depressed.
Yeah, he was.
And yeah, that was so dark. That was so sad.
I am kind of, well, there's that, and then like the real, what we read in the manga ending, how like, and I'm gonna say it because, I mean, it's a spoiler cast. Like people are theorizing that Sakamoto's dying, and there are a couple things in here, in the show that kind of allude to it, but
Yeah, but I don't know. I got a lot of problems with that theory.
All right. Well, you know what? Before we get to the very end, when we talk about the theory that he might be dying, I want you to. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna bring out a scene, and I just want you to say something, and don't say it was cool. All right.
That's really good.
Sakamoto giving the address and Achan attacking him with a bat. Say something.
What am I supposed to say? What? I can't say that it was. It was cooler and coolest. What you said I couldn't say it was cool.
Uh,
What am I supposed to say other than like that? Okay, it was weird.
he took a bat to the face, and he still kept talking. And then when he does the thing to ultimately save him from falling, his pants are down, but his suit jacket does not fall over, revealing his bare ass. I found that to be odd, but intentional, of course. I don't think it was an oversight. I thought it was funny, but it was very dramatic. It was,
I find it very strange that this kid could that all those teachers could dodge that kid swinging a bat at him.
no, well, I mean, only one teacher, the PE guy with the flat top, he's the only one that really stepped up. But once his power was in his flat top, and once his flat top was ruined, he was incapacitated.
Yeah.
And uh, what can I say? I just like I don't know.
Like it's was difficult for me to like put that scene into words because I think as a teenager I can connect with that emotion so very strongly when there's another like classman or someone you're in your age group that you're just drawn to and yet you feel that you can't touch them, like you can't come anywhere near them, and just how amazing and great they are. And it's very devastating. Maybe you didn't have that situation going on. Sakamoto and people who are even a tenth of what Sakamoto is, they're very rare. But I know as a teenager, I've come across plenty of other kids who just seem to be perfect in every way. And, they're not, of course, but when you're a kid, that's how it looks to you. And just that deep seated agony that you can't compare to them. You couldn't, well, and Sakamoto is even different because he's at least your friend. He could be your friend. But, the gap between the two of you and your abilities and just who you are as people are just so wide, and it just does make you despair. So I completely understood where Atsushi was coming from because I felt that that kind of loneliness before, and that's why that whole scene where he just shuts down, I was like, wow, I haven't really experienced that in an anime before. It was very real.
Well, thank you for your contribution. See,
Oh God.
now you know what I'm gonna say, right?
What?
I never felt that. You know why?
Why? Because you got.
Because I was that nigga on stage.
No, you was no Sakamoto asshole.
You know what? Where I was, I might as well have been Sakamoto. I was close to Sakamoto as those fuckers are gonna get.
Jesus Christ! You must have went to school with amoebas.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't the smartest, but I hung out with the really smart kids, so I didn't feel. I mean, there was a gulf, but I didn't feel that longing. I'm just like, yeah, I'll never fucking be that smart. You know what? That's all right, cause I'm already pretty fucking smart. So whatever. Well, so what you're telling me is you brought a bat to your graduation?
Yeah, I just
start knocking niggas out.
knock motherfuckers out. I'm like, if I can't feel happiness, nobody can.
I suspected that about you when we got together.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So there was that powerful scene.
Pretty malicious.
And then they had the the finale, the pie fight, where people just break down and start crying and like.
Wait. We forgot the exorcism of Fukase-san.
Did that come before the pie fight? Oh, you're right. Did it?
Yeah.
Shit, you're right. You got me. So Fukase, he's like, my favorite time of year is to stand up on the podium, like Parapants said. For some reason, he can get up in front of everybody and watch the graduates leave. Oh, and that scene, I don't know why. I mean, this must have been a budget or time thing, but that's the first time in the show I saw blatant CGI characters, poorly masked CGI characters. It was like a robot parade walking down the aisle. But so anyway, yeah. This was this was strange. I guess Fukase, he loves to watch the graduates walk out so he can look at them and relish in the fact that he doesn't think there's any hope for them. But they do like he doesn't really graduate. They do like a simulated graduation where they
Like the whole thing to me, and this is where Alvin is just going to completely dismiss what I'm saying
you don't know
again.
that. Hey.
It's the whole thing is like an exorcism, because if you look at the ritual of a graduation, it's very ceremonial, right? They do the address, they have the speech and everything, and the graduating students, there's a procession down the aisle and they exit the building. So there is this changing of the guard that's going on. They have, like, every formal education institution have this sort of ceremony where, the graduation, the graduates, they cross that threshold from teenagers into young adulthood, right? But Fukase-san, for some reason, he won't go through with it, and
He's afraid. He's afraid of failure.
yeah, it probably could be that. Like, he's probably afraid, and this is why I see Fukase as the spirit of those embittered students, those embittered graduates. And so, in order to get rid of the spirit of Fukase, they have to graduate him. They have to make the delinquents make this ceremony, and that's when they bow to him and they usher him out on a wave of bodies.
Yeah, they roll him out on a human wave, and people take pictures, and it's pretty much close enough to an actual graduation to exorcise him from the school. So in the end, it's like, oh, he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take up surfing or something. But
Yeah. Which is weird, because why did that work,
I think I mean, it's the same reason that Sakamoto can stand a certain way holding an object, and people will be like, "Oh my God, it's the Mona Lisa." It's just, it's like I don't want to say imagination, but
Absurdist.
I guess, yeah. I think it comes close enough to something that people actually think that it's real enough, I guess. But you were saying how you identified with Achan. I think I identified more with Fukase because
Yeah, I know you do.
I too have a fear of failure, and I hide behind,
And you curse kids.
I ridicule people, and I'm like, you're totally fucked, life sucks, what you want is not what you're gonna get. So yeah, I could see myself standing there and laughing at those kids.
You do laugh. I have actually witnessed Alvin laugh maniacally at graduating students.
Oh, well, I need an exorcism. I need somebody to I need to roll out on a wave of bodies and then graduate. But yeah, all right, so there's that. And then we get the pie fight, in which people are all in tears because Sakamoto's leaving. And I'm just like, you know what, somebody in one of the threads we read after this, they dropped a famous quote where they said, I came here to laugh, not to feel. And that's how I felt. Because I'm like, what is this? I just want to laugh and then have it be over. But now I'm sad as fuck.
Yeah. Even Sakamoto had to hold back a little bit. There was a trace of emotion on his face as he looked up at the students, saying goodbye to him.
So hard. And like, of course, nobody hits him with a pie. You can't touch fucking Sakamoto. But then he pies himself to hide the tears when he fucking says goodbye for the last time to his classmates. And
yeah, at first he tells them that he's going to NASA, but Hayabusa catches him by the lockers, and he asks him, "You're not really going to NASA, aren't you? Are you?" So.
And Sakamoto's like, my only regret is that I never finished counting the holes in the infirmary ceiling. And like, this is going back to the whole theory that he's dying, but my deal is, I how could somebody who's dying do all that amazing shit?
Yeah, I don't like. There's this popular theory going around that he's actually dying, um, and yes, it's very tempting to see
Well,
death in those kind of dramatic finalities.
all the points they bring up are legitimate. Like the final scene of him in the coffin, the fact that
He's not in a coffin. He's
or in the closet, as if he was in a coffin.
yeah, but he's also standing in a bucket.
That's what he does.
Yeah, okay, but
The opera that he sings is about a man whose son is dying, and he can't get back in time to save him, and the son dies.
Mhm.
The whole conversation about the infirmary ceiling, the fact that he was allowed to get up and give the keynote address even though he was a first year. Those are legitimate signs pointing to him
wait.
dying.
Okay, so the fact that he's allowed to give a keynote address would mean that the s- the teachers knew he was dying.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, this is Alvin and Parapants. Had a little glitch there. We're back.
We had
So,
to take a station break.
Yeah. So go ahead.
All right. So about my theory, even though Alvin hates it, my theory is that Sakamoto, yes, he could be dying. Still doesn't explain a lot, but I think he is not an actual person. Stop it with the sighing.
I didn't say anything.
You know, Alvin is sighing because he hates this theory, and I've mentioned it several times, but it seems to be heading in that direction. I don't know why he's so resistant. Anyway, my point was like there were a couple of things throughout the show that made me think this. Okay, first of all, Sakamoto is perfect at everything. All right. Second, the birds. What's with the birds? Why is there this strange sort of theme of birds around Sakamoto? Uh, in the last episode, or in the penultimate episode, he says to his friends, his friend Kotaba, is that the kid's
The
name?
fat kid.
Yeah, the fat kid. This is my first time seeing snow on the ground. Now, Sakamoto is what, supposedly 15, 16 years old? How is it that he's never seen snow?
I will admit that is strange. That's all I'm going to admit.
Okay, so even if he were dying, if we were to assume that he was atypical, if he were a native Japanese person, he would have seen snow at some point in his life, unless, like Kotaba, hypothesized that maybe he was brought up somewhere else where it didn't snow. That's always a possibility, but Sakamoto doesn't seem to go into a lot of detail about his life. And if he were raised somewhere else, it could explain why he had to leave. Okay, so why did he lie? Why did he lie to his classmates that he was going to NASA?
He does lie a lot just because he thinks it's for the best.
Wait. He lies a lot? I thought he just lied this one time. When else has he ever lied?
I can't think of it specifically, but he'll tell you what he thinks you need to hear to make you feel better.
Yeah. I guess so. To his Kotaba's mom,
Yeah, there you go.
I guess was that a lie?
Yeah, it was a lie. He's not really, what's his name, Don Chancho or something? I forgot.
Concho or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chon Chorizo, I think.
Oh yeah, Chon Chorizo. So why did he lie? Okay, some people are saying to spare his friends the grief of his illness, that he's dying, but then why give the student address? Why have
Because he's dying.
Okay, but if he's telling his friends that he's dying, then why make it so obvious that he holds some sort of special position by giving the student address? I mean, because that would be saying that the teachers knew that he had some sort of terminal illness, which allowed them to give him the go ahead to give the address, and so they just keep that a secret from everyone.
I do agree that it seems implausible that if he was dying, that nobody would know, and then all of a sudden he would give the fact that they would know and let him give the address, but that wouldn't get out, does seem kind of like not fitting to me.
So yeah, so that seems very odd. Now, okay, admittedly, in my very wacky interpretation of all these events, the fact that he's so perfect, the whole bird motif, the fact that he seems oddly curious about human behavior and how much he goes out of his way to help people. I think he's actually like a unearthly creature, maybe even like an angel, okay? And the reason why he has to leave, he was only given a year to come to Earth and study people, and after his year was up, he had to return. So that's how I would explain. Now, okay, so you can go ahead and tell me that I'm stupid.
I'm not going to tell you you're stupid. I am going to say that if you are right, I'm never watching anime again. Because that is the dumbest shit.
Why? Why is that dumber than Sakamoto's dying?
I don't like that either. I just wanted to do some funny shit and maybe have like maybe a kind of bittersweet ending, but not some kind of tragic you'll never see me again shit with no wrap up.
Well, there was a bittersweet ending.
Well, the growing up is bittersweet, but this is a little too this is way more bitter than sweet.
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
Oh my god.
They were all touched by him, and I'm sure he touched them as well. He had some great moments. They have all those pictures of him. So.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I just, I didn't want it to end like this, but still, it's a good cartoon, and they did. The writing, the writing in this is so much better. I mean, the jokes weren't exactly on point, but you could tell that they tried. They did a little work and they tried to make shit funny.
Yeah, and why did he never express any interest in girls?
Because he's an
come
now.
on. What do you think? Why do you think?
I didn't think about that. I didn't. I don't really. These thoughts don't go into my head. I'm not sitting there wondering like, who is he really? I'm just like, oh, did you see what he did? Oh, that shit was funny. Oh.
Yeah,
and that's where my thoughts end.
It was like Michael Landon in Highway to Heaven.
No, he never did anything this fantastic. I don't think. I don't remember.
You admitted watching Highway to Heaven.
Well, so did you. I watched the shit out of that.
Highway to Heaven.
He had a partner, right? Like some guy with a beard.
Yeah. Yeah, his buddy.
That was a good ass show. That's back when TV was wholesome.
Okay, Grandpa.
Probably Blanca Landon would be some chick with a big butt now.
No.
Out sucking dicks.
Oh my God, Vaughn.
We
don't say that about Michael Landon.
Stairway of Dicks.
Oh, don't say that about Michael Landon.
I wouldn't say no about Michael Landon.
And Victor French. Don't say that.
That was his name. I'm just glad Michael Landon is alive to see the horrible state of the world today.
That's right. We need shows like Highway to Heaven right now, I think.
Little House on the Prairie.
And Touched by an Angel.
And Knight Rider.
And MacGyver. And Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, that was a good show. All right, let's wrap it up. So that was. I guess we'll come back to Sakamoto in October, but for all intents and purposes, that was the last episode.
Bye, Sakamoto. Sayonara.
He's not dying and he's not an alien.